Okay, so I guess I gotta redo this. I literally just tried uploading the video for Tre Melvin, the challenge, about story time with my ex. I'm supposed to tell a story about one of my exes that impacted my life. And I tried uploading it to YouTube and it just kind of glitched after a while, so bear with me. I'm kind of frustrated. Okay, so I go by Kia. That's the name I go by. My government name is Kieris, and I'm 17 years old. I graduated high school 2015. What's up? What's up? And I'm going to be a college freshman next month. I'll be moving to Michigan to go to Baker College of Flint to study human services because I want to be a social worker. Um, I'm ahead of grade, that's why I'm 17, but um I had to grow up fast. So, Tre Melvin, I know that you will be watching this video, or one of your friends, or blah blah blah. Whoever. Um I am a huge fan. I really am. I'm not one of those people to write the the comments under your videos because I know with your work schedule, you might not be able to read every one of them, and that's fine. But I feel like this challenge gives some of us fans out there an opportunity to thank you for all the videos that you've made. Because I swear, some of those nights when I was going through stuff with my exes or family or anything like that, I can turn to your videos for a good laugh, or I'm sorry, for a good inspiration. And I thank you for that. Your spirit, you have a very kind heart. And I just look up to you. You're like the big brother I always wanted. The guy that tells me, this is how guys supposed to treat you, blah blah blah. Like, you've gave me a lot of tips about this stuff. And so that's it. I'm not gonna be one of those groupies to keep going on and on about that. But I do appreciate everything that you've done from the bottom of my heart. Okay, so I chose to tell a story about an ex, the ex that took my virginity, and the ex that ruined my life, but also ultimately taught me who I am and what things I can handle, what things I can't take, and really pushed the limits of my being. Yeah, that's the best way to say it. Okay, so let's get started. I don't have a book, a fake book or anything. Tre, I'm not like you, but I'm gonna tell you guys a story from memory. Um, Sophomore year in high school, I had a best friend, and her brother, I had the biggest crush you probably could think. Like one of those crushes that you see off the movies. That was me. That was me with this guy. Like, even when I talked to other guys and stuff, I still found myself, my eyes wandering right back to him. Sorry, excuse me. And I found my eyes wandering back to him. So I got the nerve up and I asked him to the Sadie Hawkins dance. Any of you out there don't know what it is? Basically, a dance where girls ask guys instead of guys asking girls. And so I had asked him, and he said yes. We got there, and I felt like we weren't basically on a date. I felt like it was a friends thing for him, and I'm not the type to be clingy or anything, so I gave him his space. I let him dance by himself. He did not dance with me once. I was like, this guy is a scrub. Never gonna talk to him again. I went home crying because I was a premature emotional time bomb. And yeah, flash forward, junior year. It was February, right after my birthday. Um, and I was going to Kroger's, and I look up and I saw him. Mind you, I have not talked to him pretty much since the Sadie Hawkins dance. I was still really close to his sister, but I did not talk to him. So I talked to him, asked how he was doing. He saw that I changed. I got my hair cut. I was looking good. Y'all can't see right now because I'm looking horrible. But um, yeah, so I was looking fly. And he asked me out on a date, and I said yes because whenever I looked at him, I went back to that day when I saw a guy that could be my everything. Um, so we went out on a date, and that first day, he pulled me aside and he kissed me. I've never felt sparks kissing a guy before, but with him, I felt sparks. I felt fireworks and everything. Like time stopped when he kissed me, and I see a lot of posts about that, but time stopped for me, and that was amazing. Like that probably took my heart that night. Um, our relationship, we moved really, really fast. Probably faster than anybody should ever move in a relationship. Um, so we started dating in February. By May, he took my virginity. Growing up, my virginity was a big thing because I grew up getting bullied and stuff like that, and I was called a hoe and a whore, and I used my virginity as I haven't had sex, so I'm not any of those things, and I never stopped to say those are haters and I should just move on. I never thought like that when I was growing up. I thought that if you had some credibility for the experiences you went through, then you could then you'd be good. You'd have a reason why you shouldn't get bullied. So, my virginity was a big thing, but I just gave it to him. I just threw it at him. I was just like, here you go, here you go, take it. You can have this much power over me. And I gave it to him so quickly. I was only 16 when I lost my virginity. And I know a lot of people were that age when they lost it. And I feel like half of them could say the same thing that I say. And I wish I could take it back and give it to somebody that really deserved it. That's what I could say. So he took me to prom. We had an amazing time at prom. And while we were dating, um, I wasn't into drugs, but he got me back into drugs because those eyes and and that smile, just one puff, babe, and I'm like, okay. And one puff turned into 100 puffs. So I started doing drugs again, and I started drinking again, and I feel like that helped my life spiral out of control. So after prom, we got fucked up. We got real messed up after that. I don't remember half of what happened. I know I had to stay the night at his house because my mom forgot about me. Um, but he didn't like my mom, and he talked very bad about her. And I listened because growing up, me and my mom, we had a lot of difficulties, and it kind of shaped her into a monster. And now, looking at her now, I wish I could take back all the mean stuff I said to her because now I'm about to move away, and I'm not going to see her anymore, and she's going to be doing her own thing, She really has stopped parenting me because of all the mean stuff that I have put her through. And it's well deserved. So, anyways, he didn't like her, so he badmouthed her, and after a while I started agreeing. And that anger piled up so much that I woke up the weekend after prom and I was ready to go. At first, I wanted to go to my aunt's house to get away from my mom, simmer down a little bit because I have very, very bad anger issues. Like, I'll snap like this. I've been through a lot in my life, and I've been hurt and rejected a lot. So, my anger is something to be reckoned with even now. Um, so I told her, I came to her, blah, blah, blah. She didn't care. She was like, no, you're not leaving, basically. She was like, I'll call the police if you try to leave. So me being the rebel and the bad A that I am, I was like, fine, call the police. So I ran away the next day. I took the trash out, and I just ran. I ran into the woods. My legs were all bloody. The adrenaline, I didn't feel any of it. I put my thumb up, middle of the road. Some people picked me up. It was a pimp and a stripper. I kid you not. They told me some really crazy stories, but they were really nice. And they dropped me off at my boyfriend's house, and I stayed there for a day, and my mom didn't call me. So I called her to see if I can come get my clothes, and she said fine. I get back there. She takes the house key from me, basically disowning me. She gives me my clothes, and there was a lot of police at my house. There was about 12 police cars looking for me. I didn't know that part until I got back home. So his mom took me back to her house, and I lived there for a month. While I was there, it was really rough. I lost a great friend. He was the only guy I could really say was a father figure to me. He was my mom's college friend, and he passed away. And it's been a year, and it still hurts. It still hurts like it happened yesterday. He was really close to me. We were really close to each other, and he only thought highly of me, even when I was going through all this crap. Even though I was rebelling and disrespecting everybody that came my way, he still believed in me. He still saw something in me, and for that I appreciate him. Um, so while I was living at my boyfriend's house, he was basically out partying every day. It really put a strain on our relationship because half time he wouldn't tell me where he was. Me being a black female, first of all, or any female. Let me just say any female. You always wonder, like, is there girls where you're going to? Are these girls, do they have values or morals, or are they just skanks trying to get in your pants? You always think about that stuff. And I was really concerned. Like, he is the quiet type. So he really wouldn't tell me half that stuff. And I feel like that put a strain on it too. We didn't establish communication when we got in the relationship. We just stayed the same human beings that we were. And a relationship is really about compromise. And I feel like we never incorporated that in our relationship was compromise. We were just two bullheads trying to make it work. And it really didn't. While I was at his house, I became really depressed. I started cutting myself, and he started burning himself again. And we went to parties. Well, he took me to a couple parties, but for the most part, he was partying. And I started getting into cigarettes, which are horrible for you. And I just kind of shut down. I just really kind of shut down. While I was um, there was an incident. He was out at a party, and so I was downstairs. His mom's boyfriend was living with us, and he got really drunk and came down in the room and sexually assaulted me. The next day, I told his mom about the situation, and she didn't believe me at all. And that really hurt me because I was starting to look at her like a mom, and for her to turn her back on me for a guy, that really hurt. So she kicked me out of her house immediately. and I had to find somewhere to go. So I decided to stay with an old classmate. This classmate in particular was completely poor. She was on her way to going to the armed forces. Me and her basically lived off of coffee for 2 days. And I haven't been that cold turkey in a long time. So I got really sick, and I didn't sleep for those 2 days. And it got so bad that I called my mom begging for her to come bring me home. And at the time, she was in Michigan going to my my father figure's funeral. So when she got back, she came and got me, and I basically apologized to her, but I was still with him. I was still with the guy that ruined me and my mom's relationship, something that took 17 years to break, mend, fix, break again, mend and fix. And we basically broke up cuz we just started hating each other. I don't know the exact moment, but it just kind of started happening. He cheated on me, so I turned around and I cheated on him. And I know it hurt way worse because he was the only guy I've ever been with. And basically, I let another man mark his territory. And I didn't care at the time. And probably still today, I don't care. he, um, he had a lot of mental issues, and I've really been trying to be there for him for this past year because he got kicked out of his house for doing too many drugs and not getting a job, basically. So he's been living on the street, and I pray that he is okay, but I've gotten to a point in my life where I really have to just move forward, pray for him, move forward, because just talking to him is very toxic. Right now, I am in a happy, godly relationship. My beliefs, I'm a Christian, and he was not a Christian. He didn't believe in God at all. My boyfriend right now is very much saved. Getting out of that relationship taught me to stop being stagnant in who I am and to really see the potential in myself and really become the person that God planned for me to be. It also taught me that even though I may go through a horrible heartbreak, because I swear that heartbreak was the worst one I've ever been through, I never want to be in a heartbreak like that ever again. That I have to move forward because God has somebody better out there for me. Um, he taught me not to He basically taught me to fight. He taught me not to bottle stuff in. He taught me how to really communicate how I feel to anybody, whether it's my mom. Um, that's pretty much it in my life. My mom, my friends, him. He taught me how to do that. And he taught me how to grow in God. Being with him, it felt like I was living in hell. It felt like I was dancing with the devil. More than dancing, probably kissing the devil. Probably tongue kissing the devil. I was doing a lot of bad stuff that I am not proud of at all. And even though this is still a journey for me, and even though I'm still growing every day, I can honestly say I am a better person than I was when I was with him. And that is the end of my story time. So, thank you so much to everybody that is watching this other than Trey. Um, Honestly, I just tell you guys out there, don't let nobody tell you can't do nothing. You know, I hear a lot of people say that, but you gotta really believe that for yourself. Coming from a person that was bullied since I was in grade school, I know what it's like to feel like you're nothing. I know what it's like to not want to wake up every morning and go and do what you need to do to graduate or anything like that. I know what it's like. Trust me, I know what it's like. But you gotta keep living. If you're not living for nobody else, you gotta live for yourself. God didn't just put you together for no reason. He put you together because you have a purpose in your life. Everybody out there is important. Everybody out there is special. You just got to own it. You got to own it for yourself. You really do. Ain't nobody going to be with you your whole life except for yourself. You got to learn how to live with you. You really do. Um God bless everybody. Hope my mom don't see this cuz I said a couple curse words in here. Okay, now I gotta go to sleep though. I have to get up for work in the morning, but I really appreciate the time to do this, and I hope I get selected. If not, then I am happy to spread this story with everybody. Kia is out.